channel. So the other day I was at Once Upon a Child, right? My son got this amazing little set of like knockoff magic tracks. And because I put things away at Christmas time that he's not playing with on that day, like he gets to open everything, but he doesn't get to like play with everything, I hide them upstairs for a little bit. And I pull them out as we go throughout the season so that he has like something new and exciting, especially when the weather changes or if it's like a few rainy days or he's just bored and he wants something new. That way I don't have to go to the store, pick up anything. It's just there. So I was in Once Upon a Child and somebody goes, wait, what? You do what? And then I realized like maybe that's not a common thing. So it's not an easy thing to do not get me wrong. And I don't want to make anybody upset, but sometimes just a lot of toys is a lot of toys and it's a lot of stress on me. He's still 2, so he doesn't know how to clean up all by himself. Mom and dad still have to help. And he does a decent job, do not get me wrong. A lot of the Montessori books say to only give them as much as they can handle. So I was a preschool teacher for 7 years. I've always traded toys out. That's been my norm. So as I became a mom, I was like, oh, I don't need to do that. It's not a classroom. No, you need to do that. You have to, or you're gonna lose your shit. Just saying. Sorry, you're gonna lose your crap. Apologies. But sometimes we just have to say shit, right? Okay. So I've read The Montessori Toddler. Love that book. I went to school, have a master's degree in this. I know what I'm doing. But it is different with your kid. I've done it all. I've done a lot of things and I try not to have a lot. I've read a lot of minimalism books. I love The Minimal Mom on YouTube. She's literally my favorite person. And I love Madison Gray, all about like slow living, all that kind of thing. I don't know if that's my reality. It's my hope that that becomes my reality, but it's not always my reality. So here we are. So here's the story. So I went to Once Upon a Child, right? Looking for, because the one that we opened, it didn't work. Well, clearly it's now June. You can't return it. So I kept all the small pieces, threw away the other because it just didn't work. There's just no point. And I'm sure if I fought Amazon, I could have done all the things, whatever, but I wasn't worth it. So I ran down to Once Upon a Child, okay? So I'm walking through Once Upon a Child. Aisle 1, aisle 2, aisle 3, aisle 4, aisle 5. Oh my God. Do you know how much stuff is in Once Upon a Child? So I'm kind of having a breakdown. Trying my best to keep my cool, not lose my life. It's not easy, do not get me wrong. A lot of stuff, a lot of things. My heart is like, I'm trying to get rid of things. So walking through there is just like straight anxiety. So I asked the nice lady, I said, do you have any magic tracks? Well, yes, finally find it. She said they're gonna be in a bucket on the top. Found an entire box for 20 bucks. Sweet. Okay, what's your return policy? Made sure I knew the return policy, everything. Put it all in a big old bag, brought it home, did not get it out of the car. Put it in the car, left it in the trunk. Came inside, my husband was trying to fix the other one, just not able to. He fixed it once and it broke instantly. So just is what it is. Some toys are just like that. It's fine. So I brought the other ones in, let him have, woohoo, this is awesome. Just like Christmas, right? So he gets to see everything at Christmas, then open up a few at Christmas and see everything. But then we drive home from my father-in-law, mother-in-law's. So then it gets hidden as soon as we gets home. He had no clue. It's awesome. So it was great. And then we went to another family's house and they gave him something smaller. He played with it, loved it, enjoyed it. I opened it there, gave him something to play there. He loved it. Don't you love loud noises? Yeah. So we have all these toys, right? And we have 2 dogs. So if you don't put your toys away, the dogs eat them. My son has learned that the hard way. So anyways, so every month, so the magic tracks stayed, they've been great. Well, lately, the magic tracks have become a projectile, which is 2-year-old behavior, and he gets very frustrated with them. So I had a whole track set up on the top. It kept falling. He just gets extremely frustrated. So I bought this awesome thing from Amazon, and I'll link it below because it's just the perfect size, not too much, whatever, you know. And this allows me to trade toys in and out without having to take like from my upstairs stockpile and bring them down. So right now, all of the magic tricks are in here so that if as a family we decide we're going to do magic tricks one day, we can do this. It's right here. But as of right now, he's kind of over him a little bit, right? So we're going to put those away for now. And then he has been obsessed with this little toy. Little excavator thing, right? Obsessed. But last night he got really frustrated, and lately he's gotten really frustrated because it's cheap and it's small, and it keeps breaking. Well, it doesn't break, actually. It just doesn't do what he wants it to do, right? Because that's how little boys are. I don't know. Maybe your son's not like that. Mine is. Please tell me below if your son does that too, or if your child does that too, girl, boy, anything. It don't matter. I just would love to know because I feel like a crazy person some days. So we ran to Once Upon a Child. I took a bunch of clothes. Awesome. Made 40 bucks. Like, totally recommend just taking some clothes over there if you have some extras. And so I was like, okay, we'll look for a cat machine, you know, or, you know, some kind of cat truck or whatever truck he wants. Well, I walked into Once Upon a Child and they didn't have anything like I knew that he would definitely want. And I let him test out one toy and he was just like not about it. And it was still dirty and, you know, I'm trying to reuse things, trying not to buy new because the environment, you know, here we are. But reality is it didn't work. So there's a 5 and below beside it, and I never go to 5 and below. But I walked in. $5, y'all. And it moves. And it holds its spot. And it's even got a little handle. And the wheels turn. $5. Like, what? 5 and below? What? They also had 8-pound weights, so if you're looking for kettlebells, head there. So what we're gonna do today is, because July 1st is tomorrow, I think, we're gonna just rearrange, and that's what I love to do. So I like to rearrange, move things around. So the Montessori way says to put things in baskets, so, and then make them undone. So taking like puzzles and things and undoing them so that they can put them all together. Love that. The Montessori Toddler, totally recommend that book too. Also, if you don't have a library card and you don't get Audible or audiobooks through your library, you're missing out. They free, do it. But I also love Audible, so there's that too. Okay, so we're gonna take all this and we're just gonna move things around, okay? So, grabbed one of my handy dandy baskets. He's been really in love with animals. So we're gonna put all the animals in a basket. Just random. They're actually from my classroom. Some more trucks. People to drive the trucks. Little baby pig. The other thing I would also recommend, even if you have a very minimal amount of toys, magnet tiles. They can do so much with these, even at a young age. And you can help them with that too. It kind of gives you something to do if you're playing together, because sometimes, you know, sometimes it's hard to figure out what to do for them. So the magnet tiles give you an option. So all we're doing is taking the same toys that are already out. I'm adding 2 new toys. This, we found one of the cars underneath the sofa, so we'll be adding this. And I'm gonna add this back. A little bit of extra noise, you know, because you gotta have some noise. But it kind of goes with the same theme that he's really enjoying right now. So what we did have on top was the magic tracks. We're done with the magic tricks right now. We're not done. Like, we're just not loving them as much as we were. And he's just not in love with it. So these right here, I'm still going to keep these little dinosaurs in. I undid all of them. The little learning resources that they gave them to us. I'm going to leave these in the container. Of course, it'd be greater to use wood instead of plastic, but I just don't like buying containers, you know what I mean? So we do all that. And the only reason I choose, while we're doing this, and while I'm just gonna tell you why I chose July 1st. I try to do it the first of the month just for my brain, because it's easier. we're gonna add a little dinosaur in. He's been obsessed with that dinosaur too. And a very scary snake that you will freak out if you find, just so you know. We were obsessed with tools for a while, so we'll leave the tools out. And Buzz for his birthday. He loves Buzz. But Buzz was like an obsession for a while, and then he slowed down. So the cool part too about like taking a toy like this and putting it away for a while is that he'll find it later, and he's so excited he found it. All right, so police car goes with magic tricks. And all my magic tricks are in here. They're gonna stay in there for a little bit. We'll see what happens. So now I look at all this and I get a little overwhelmed. And I take a little deep breath. And then I'm just gonna put things up the way that I think he may play with them. This is big. I'm gonna put this foot in. That way it's easier for him to get it off with it. Usually I clean this shelf, but I forgot to bring something over to clean with. So that would have been a good idea. He's not been playing with this fat brain thing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour it in here for now. And some weeks I do like a huge thing where I take every single toy, take everything out, and then rearrange and I have one box upstairs of like aged toys now, and then I have another box for our baby because our plan is to have another kid eventually. So I haven't given them up yet, even though I probably should, because let's be honest, it's just clutter, but it's a hard thing for me to let go of, so that's okay. And then this toy, Hitler's been loving this, so what I'm gonna do is take it apart. And I found the other piece in my purse. So if you know what that's like, comment down below, like and subscribe, because you know this life. And we also went to the park the other day with a friend, and he enjoyed playing with the monster trucks, so we're gonna keep those out too. So this now is like this, and I'm gonna throw it on here and just put this whole thing on. And sometimes they don't fit, right? So let's turn that at an angle. Okay, so now we have this up, truck, this truck's just getting junk, and this actually goes with something that needs to go upstairs. So well, this is probably gonna go upstairs, and I said this was gonna stay out, but I think it's not going to. That's the other thing, you can make a decision as you go. Chick-fil-A books, always the best. Little small ones, they're great. So now our people and our animals are gonna go in here. I'm gonna throw this on this shelf right here. Book, I'm gonna leave the book over here in the corner. Little stuffed animal, I'm gonna put them with this book. And we're just gonna throw that over here in this windowsill. I don't love going into the windowsill because I like to keep like contained spaces, but life is life, right? Somewhere the batteries are, so hopefully we find those eventually. Oh, there's the bottom. All right, well, I'll be looking for batteries later. Love it. And then I'm gonna throw this up here because that's his new toy that he just bought, or that we just bought at the store. And then his little dinosaurs. Now with the magnetiles, what I'm gonna probably do is, the other day I was having fun, and what I'll do is make a little animal thing. So I'll put all of his animals in here. That's the other thing you can do with littles, is just take like little toys and kind of build stuff so that it's kind of there for them to enjoy, and then they're kind of learning that skill. You don't have to do it all for them. And you don't have to do it at all if you don't want to, but I find that I see more imagination from him if something's kind of done sometimes. And that's all based off your kid and their age and all that kind of stuff. So if you have questions about that, please don't hesitate to ask. So Steer's his favorite. And then he's obsessed with the giraffes right now. So I'm gonna throw the giraffes in. And now you look at me and you're like, Grace, this makes no sense. Are you putting giraffes and animals with your vehicles? And that's just what he's into right now. So that's what I'm doing. So here's the little one that he doesn't always love. So I'm gonna move that over here. And I have the big one right here. I'm probably gonna turn it this way so it's a little easier to see. And then these extra magnet tiles I will throw in front. And I'll just keep building a little bit. Just simple, nothing big. So there it is. And I'll go back and show it before. So in conclusion, really the biggest thing is like, just watch your kid play. I loved the Montessori part because it just said, just like kind of watch your kid play and see what they're enjoying. And that's kind of why we went to the store today. I'm not usually one to buy toys. I'm usually one just to find something or wait for someone to give us something. We did buy a golf set. That's like one of his favorite obsessions. So that's actually in our, right here. It's a taller thing, so it's in here. He's still got a basketball hoop and a Montessori triangle with the slide. But I try not to buy a lot of little toys. We just don't have room for it. I don't want him to clean it up. He doesn't play with them. And he really didn't play with toys a lot until we were home all the time. And so now I do notice in the mornings he's playing with toys. Midday he starts to play with toys, and then sometimes in the evenings now, not as much as he used to, because we used to get home and play in the evenings. So it's been nice. We also have Play-Doh and crafts, and then I have like little busy bags that his babysitter made, and then busy boxes that I made, and I have all the information for that if you need it. Just ask. I would love to make that available to everyone. Busy boxes are fun. They're not a need, but they are fun to have. Randomly he'll pull out one. Thursday's busy box, the other that I made before was just stickers. And he just took it and put stickers everywhere. So there's like little things like that you just think like, okay, I need specific things or I need specific toys, and you really don't, but it is cool to have sometimes. We also try to get outside. So we try to be outside all the time. We have a pool in the backyard, hence the bathing suit, sorry. I just love being a mom, especially from being a teacher. It's such a different world. You think you know kids and then you have your own. It's very different. So it's been really cool. So my channel is Meal Prep and Motherhood. Meal Prep is my passion, my happiness. Motherhood is also my passion and my happiness, but meal prep is where my nutrition coaching goes into. Motherhood is just, here's the reality of what we're living. So I hope those two like kind of weave together. I know it's kind of random, meal prep and motherhood, but the meal prep is the nutrition piece that I love. I became a nutritionist because of my husband doing strongman competitions. Me, because why not? Why not know about nutrition? You know what I mean? And then my son, we want him to be the best he can be. And I want to make sure I'm fueling his body the right way. And I know that's not an easy thing to do. And yes, we eat goldfish sometimes. And yes, we have chocolate and ice cream, but we also have hummus and carrots and chicken and homemade bread, and we make everything we can, and then we try to focus that. So that is why we went over this today, because this is the motherhood part and the teacher part. So I love to teach new things. When I walked into Once Upon a Child and the lady kind of looked at me funny and said, "Oh my God, that's such a good idea," I was like, what? You don't do that? So that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted parents to think, oh, hey, guess what? You can sit and you don't have to give them every toy. You can put them away for a rainy day, for another time. sometimes toys aren't always developmentally appropriate for where they're at. Like, if they're putting things in their mouth, don't give them small toys. It's just reality, you know what I mean? You got to be safe. You got to make those safe choices. And not every adult in your life is going to understand that. And the other thing to say is that if you don't want the toy, give it away. Nobody will ever ask. Well, usually depends on your family, of course, but I've never had anybody ask, oh, where's blah, blah, blah. So if it doesn't fit in your life, it doesn't fit in your schedule, it doesn't fit in the life that you have, say something. I know it's kind of, don't want to say anything or whatever, or just take it and then give it away. There's your choices. Or you could just say, oh, yeah, we had one just like it. You know, I shared it with a friend or something like that. So those are important things to know. My son has super sensitive skin, and my mother-in-law had picked up something for baths. I just am not a big bath person. She did buy color paints, so we did keep those. That's really cool. But the bath fizzies and stuff, I just gave to a friend because her son was a little bit older, and I thought he would enjoy them a little bit more. And my son has such sensitive skin, I did not want to play that game. So, you know, you just kind of have to play the, oh yeah, we did this because, oh yeah, we do this because, and just kind of really stay in your ground as a parent. It's not easy, I promise. I do know that. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. The other thing is try to use, don't buy new, reuse, don't keep buying new things. Run into Once Upon a Child, check a thrift store, check those different options, especially for magic tracks, especially for those like toys that you know you're not going to keep forever and ever. Magnet tiles, I could see buying brand new, but like toys you're not going to use over and over. I mean, you're not going to use forever. Those are the kind of toys you could grab. It's also good just to have that conversation with people. Hey, could you buy us an experience? So we have something called Kids Square, and it's a literal kids square museum, play museum. My kid loves it. Do I love it? Not always. Don't get me wrong. But there's a hefty membership fee for the year, but it's worth it. So, you know, you can always ask for those experiences. We have something called T-Rex tutorial, or, you know, even just saying, hey, could you buy me, buy them a $25 gift card to dinner, that kind of thing, so that I can take them to Chick-fil-A so they can play. Heck, that's a good gift card, right? Like, that's an easy trip. So asking for experiences, not just that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll put my information below. I am still available in nutrition coaching. Clearly this was motherhood focused. But even if you have questions about that, I'm here for it. Thank you so much for watching today. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell. I hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.